Okay. Would help if I pull the microphone closer. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish, Construction and Roofing. You need an orthopedist, go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parish. Also, Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. 50% off all your first treatment here in August. So check out uniquephysique.com. Semaglutide, tirzepatide, the once-a-week injections for weight loss. They can do the whole thing over telemed, and they'll ship your medicine anywhere in the country, so you don't have to be in Baton Rouge. Okay, we'll say some good morning, Joe. Hope your Friday's off to a great start. Found out on Thursday night that LSU's awarded the numbers 18 and 7 jerseys. So very candidly, we assumed that Josh Williams was going to be 18, and he was. And so for LouisianaSports.net, this is sometimes the risk you run. So we had the story already written and ready to go. So whenever we saw the announcement, they were practicing. I knew they were practicing Thursday night in Tiger State, and they were going to make the announcement to the team after practice. And then I assumed afterwards they put everything on social and issue the press release. And so we all assumed Josh Williams was going to get number 18. And so the first thing they announced is Josh Williams, number 18. Here it comes on Twitter. We had the story, boom, published, there it goes. And then like 5 minutes later, boom, Greg Penn's number 18. We're like, oh, crap. So we had to scramble to get the first story down, get it edited. And then 5 minutes after that, boom, Harold Perkins is number 7. I'm like, oh my God, y'all are killing us. So, but we got it all. We got everything done up last night at LouisianaSports.net. So hope everybody can check it out. Josh Williams definitely deserving. Greg Penn deserving. A guy that's been here, waited his turn, stuck around, been a contributor, who's continued to see his role elevate. And he's wearing number 3 this year for Greg Brooks, and I guess it switched his number 3 for Greg Brooks, and I guess now he's wearing the 18. So I don't know if he'll have a 3 patch or what he'll do, but maybe he'll continue to wear 3. I don't know. Anyway, but a good honor for those guys. And then Perk wearing number 7. Fitting with some of the great linebackers who've worn 7, from Trev Falk and Ollie Highsmith. So, he'll hopefully have a great season. And man, we are 9 days away. 9 days away from kickoff. Incredible. So, a week from Sunday, we'll get to see the Tigers in Vegas. I mean, I was thinking about this morning. A week from today, I'm going to wake up in Vegas because we fly out Thursday evening. So, a week from today, I'm going to wake up in Vegas. It's wild. So anyway, we're really looking forward to it, man. Football season's here. Week 0 starting tomorrow. We have football tomorrow, and we got Georgia Tech and Florida State tomorrow from Ireland. It's gonna be a really cool game to watch. So looking forward to that. All right, y'all. Please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post, all that stuff. We'll say some good mornings. Fire away. Full disclosure: I have not had coffee this morning, and that feels terrible. Especially whenever you have it every day. And you all, if you're a coffee drinker, you understand this, but we're out of our little K-cups, and I don't have coffee, and that I feel very vulnerable right now. All right, let's say some good mornings. Ricky, what's going on, man? Hey, Brian Penn from White, Georgia, 7 days and a wake up from its game time on college football. Amen, man. Trivia Carter, Gorilla, what's going on? Cliff will be moody this morning about Penn. So Cliff is Cliff Nelson, who you all see on here from time to time, and not from time to time, every day. But the ongoing joke was at Don Juan this year was about why Greg this last year was about Cliff got very upset that Greg Penn was on the field on 3rd down, and then against A&M comes up with a one-handed interception, and needless to say, he got quite a bit of ragging and ribbing then. Hey, Abner, what's going on, man? Kelly Gross, good morning. Ryan DeLon, the Emperor of Empty Yards, is back. We did. We brought it back yesterday. It was it was an organic moment, and we all stood when we played the trumpets, and it was really good. Anyway, Beyond the Crown, good morning. Hey, Leon, good morning. Cody, morning, Matt. I'm happy for the recipients. It feels a little much to have 2 7s and 2 18s. I agree. I don't, but look, Cody, I agree with you. I think it should be one person. there have been years in the past where they've had one on each side of the ball. Okay, whatever. I I also am not really. I don't really care. I bring it up because I know LSU fans do. It's something that means a lot to a lot of people. I don't care at all. I've always said you could put a poop emoji on the front of someone's jersey and I wouldn't care. It just go play. But if it's an incentive for the players, then that's great. If they take pride in it and want it, then that's great. That's all. But I do agree with you. Like, pick one. Jacob, morning, Matt. Been wanting to ask you, who's your most underrated LSU football players of all time? Mine's Quan Alexander, Zach Mettenberger, and Terrence McGee. Of course, Terrence McGee. And of course, Terrence McGee. I don't know why you went with, of course, Terrence McGee. Yeah, I don't know. I've never really thought about that. I mean, I mentioned Jeremy Hill from time to time here because I think it's forgotten how awesome he was for 2 years because LSU went to a Peach Bowl and an Outback Bowl. But yeah, he was awesome. Maybe Jeremy Hill. Seth Gresham, what's going on? Terrence McGee was the number 18, by the way. KC56, good morning. Yeah, boy, Chase, what up, Scone? First time watching it a while because of school. All good, Chase. Glad to have you here, man. Good to see you. Let's see. I love the troll on the SCCBD guys. Apparently, we don't need to show up. Everyone's making the playoff. So we did I think someone might have referenced that yesterday too. The Locked On College channel did like a season preview episode with all of the different conferences. So like all the SEC hosts were on, we're on Locked On with Chris Gordy from Locked On SEC. And I was on with A&M, Missouri, Tennessee, and Oklahoma. And so we're all on the screen together. So there's 6 of us. It's Chris Gordy who's hosting and then the 5 of us. And they kind of went around and, everyone talked about the team. And I was like, gee, I don't know any of those guys, but I'm sure that they do a great job and all that. Not disparaging at all. But the point was, in the opening statements, the A&M guy said, people are sleeping on A&M. They got the best this and that, and Connor Wigman, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And they're, I'm like, isn't that the team that just paid their coach $75 million to go away? They've been a punchline since they've been in the SEC and lost half their roster. And despite that, they're ranked 20th. And you think the people are sleeping on them? The Missouri guy was like, people talking about Missouri in the playoff, but nobody has the guts to put them in. Well, I'm putting them in the playoff. I'm like, you just lost 5 defensive starters to the NFL and your coordinator. Get lost. The Tennessee guy basically, he told me that the Tennessee defensive line was basically the Tennessee defense is basically the 85 Bears. That's what it said. And the Oklahoma guy said something about how they're like top 10 in the country at all these positions and the best defensive line in the SEC and the best second. I'm like, okay. So I said, why should we? I said, oh man, all this stuff. Why should LSU even show up, man? They got no shot. We haven't even talked about Texas and Georgia and Alabama and Ole Miss. It's like LSU screwed. James, but all that to say, the point remains, all that to say, all of these fan bases think their team is going to the playoff. Like, if this were still a 4-team playoff, A&M and Missouri and Tennessee and Oklahoma, all of them know their team's not going to a 14 playoff. All of them. They all would know that. A 12-team playoff, they all think they're getting it. James McKinney, Weston Weaver, and they're going to be disappointed. Brian Penn, yeah, 8 days. Well, 7 days to college football until full college football slate, Brian. That's what I thought you meant. College game day. Jordan Jones, yeah, I don't know who's going to wear 3. I don't know what they're going to do. Hunter Broadhead, Wendell Norman, Quentin Brakebill, what's up? Glenn Crowdis, completing the last of my honeydews this weekend so I can enjoy my football Saturdays. We finally made it to college football weekends. You got college football tomorrow, Glenn, 11 a.m. Central, Florida State and Georgia Tech. Rusty Abear, good morning. Friday Night Lights, Saturday college football, NFL Sundays. Let's go. I'm ready, Rusty. I'm ready, just as ready as you are, man. Hey, Brad, good morning. Christian, what do you think Garrett's touchdown interception ratio will be this season? 25-5. Whew. Yeah, I think he's going to throw more than 5 interceptions. I think you're probably more like 30-10, 30-10-12, something like that. I don't think he's throwing 5 interceptions. Like, I don't think you realize how absurd. That's the thing that most people like. When time and context are provided with Jaden, people will start to remember. But like 40-4 is ridiculous. 40 touchdowns, 4 interceptions is absurd. So, yeah, I think Nussmeier is going to throw more than 5 interceptions. Jeff, what's up, man? Brian Wynn, Larry Garner, Brian Turner, Jerome Miles, and Draper Corner Canyon upset IMG Academy yesterday night. Miles torched the nation's best secondary. Would love to see him in an LSU uniform. Yeah, Brian, I think Miles released his finalists, and LSU's not one of them. Let me check. So for those that don't know, Miles is the receiver out of Utah. LSU kind of got in on him late. Yeah, it looks like he's down to Georgia, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Utah, and Southern Cal. At least that's this graphic from October 30th. No, I'm sorry, from August 19th. He's announcing October 30th. I guess I could still get in the mix. Club Ruckus, good morning. Y'all please smash the like button if you would. Alan Herring, they're going to learn this year. Who's going to learn this year? Rocky, morning, Matt. Is the LSU USC line 6.5 or has it moved? So earlier this week, Rocky had moved down to 4. You had a lot of sharp money come in on hang on one second. Sorry, one second, y'all. This is kind of an emergency. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, reset. Actually, I need to go turn up Drew's sound machine real quick. My apologies. I will explain what that's about. Hang on one second. So Erica has a little bit of a dental emergency. Anyway, that was my dentist trying to help. So shout out to Dr. Stephen Shannon. If you need a dentist, he's awesome. He's been my dentist since I was a kid. We all went to Dr. Sibley Mark Sibley, when he retired, Dr. Shannon took over his practice, and I've seen Dr. Shannon literally ever since. I mean, I had to be When was that? High school, 20 years, 25 years, maybe longer. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, if you need a dentist, Dr. Stephen Shannon is phenomenal, awesome, been great to our family for a long time. So he's trying to help out Erica this morning. So that's what that was about. All right. Okay. The line was 6.5, Rocky. Earlier this week, a lot of money came in on USC. Some sharp money came in on USC, so it went down to 4. It is 4.5 right now. So, right. Carl the Cat. Matt went in and said, "Hold my beer." Loved it. I did. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna learn. The other guys. Got it. Eric, good morning. Found Mason Taylor plus 3,000 to win the Mackey. Seems criminally undervalued. How much of a homer am I? No, I don't think you're a homer. I mean, there's third party validation, right? I mean, the thing that I'll keep referencing is the that NFL draft preview from Matt Miller at ESPN, where he looked at 10 positions and said who could be the best player at this position in the draft. And so, Colton Loveland from Michigan is probably the odds-on favorite, I would guess, to win that. But you got a new quarterback, new coach, really new roster. I don't know that he has as good a year this year. Cade Prescorn from Ole Miss, his first team preseason All SEC by the coaches. You got Oscar Delp at Georgia, so there's competition there. But I mean, Mason Taylor is going to be featured in this LSU offense, and it's plausible he catches 40 or 50 balls. And if he does that, he's got a great chance. Hey, Seth, been enjoying the new website daily. Some of the articles don't give credit to the author. It could be me, but I'd like to know whose article I'm reading. So, Seth, a lot of times with that, it's just staff. So, like on Newsers, it might be me, it might be Hunt, it might be Marler, it might be Ross. So it's not uncommon that you'll see on a byline just staff, and so you could either write staff or just leave it blank. I don't mind, writing that, but whenever we're talking about columns and opinion pieces and features, there's always, you'll see Hunt, Ross, Chris, me. You'll always see a byline on there. It's usually Newsers when we don't have the byline. Kyrie, good morning. Why haven't I heard much of Aaron Anderson? I don't know. He had a great practice, I think, maybe 2 weekends ago. Probably his best practice of camp. I think, Xavier Thomas is going to be your returner. So I think Aaron Anderson's your number 2 there. Although I think he could, when you look at both guys that are back deep on kickoffs, I think you'll see Xavier and Aaron Anderson. Let me check to make sure who was back deep on kickoffs. I know it charted it. Here it is. Yeah, so the first returners on kick returns were Xavier and Javen Nicholas. That's the last time we saw him running. And then the second were Aaron Anderson and Caden Durham. So, anyway, I think Aaron Anderson is definitely going to be used. I mean, slot, we've seen him in jet sweep. Same with Xavier Thomas. Xavier Thomas and Aaron Anderson are very similar players, similar size, similar skill set. But I think he'll have a bigger role this year than he did last year, certainly. Damon, good morning. Bubba, good morning. Hey, Mark, good morning. Yep, Saints practice today at the Dome. It's open to the public. I think you need to get tickets. They're free, but you got to get tickets to get in. Jordan, not sure I'm a fan of Burrow hairdo, especially when it grows out frosted tips. Hey, look, I said that whenever he showed up looking like Slim Shady, and you learn the lesson, man. You can't. Some people are just beyond criticism, and in Baton Rouge, you cannot criticize Joe Burrow for anything. So, my point is just as a guy who is follically challenged, anybody that disrespects their hair, when you have beautiful flowing locks like Joe Burrow does, and he does have beautiful flowing locks. I think it's like a slap in the face to all of us bald brethren. Justin, good morning. Any news on Jay Johnson recruiting angle and Jonah Williams? I mean, they've recruited him. I know they've recruited him very hard. What I don't know is to what degree Jonah Williams favors football or baseball. Now, I did have a conversation, let's just say with someone familiar with the recruiting process. Let's say that. I'm not talking about a recruiting reporter, okay? I'm not talking about Shay. And I love Shay, he's awesome, but let's say someone familiar with LSU's recruiting process. And the feeling is that maybe like his dad really wants him to push baseball and he really wants to play football. So for Jonah, it's more of a football decision. His dad wants him to be pushed sort of like to a baseball decision. Chandler, morning, Scone. God forbid we lose. In the event we do, what do you think it's due to? Poor secondary again, offense, lack of production. Yeah, I mean, the thing that we're probably not giving enough credit to is how good of an offensive coach Lincoln Riley is. And think about the challenge that you have with a remade defense going against Lincoln Riley's offense. For example, last year USC went 8-5. Let's see. They averaged 466 total yards and come on now. Why am I struggling to find this? There it is. So, that's individual scoring. I could have done the math. So USC averaged 41.8 points per game. LSU averaged 45.5, which led the country. So USC averaged 41.8 points and 466 yards per game. Like we are, and I know Caleb Williams is gone, but remember, they're going to say the same thing about LSU losing Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, and Brian Thomas. So, I think that's the thing we're probably not paying enough attention to is, okay, well, you're still going against Lincoln Riley's offense. They're really good. So even if your defense is better, will it even show against a team like that offensively? Jared Espry, good morning. Chad Morales, didn't hear what Williams replied on Locked On. What did he say? Here you go. I have the screen grab. So, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Where is it? Oh, here we go. This is it. So, Steve Wiltfong from On3, he's a national recruiting guy for On3, put in a pick for Jonah Williams to go to essentially to say, I don't really put much stock into the prediction. Now, I mean, there's a lot of people who think he's going to end up at Texas, and he may very well end up at Texas. But um, that's what it was. All right, please smash the like button. I got 4 more minutes left. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. We appreciate you for being there. All of our sponsors are here. Thank you so much. As always, if you would, help support us by supporting our sponsors, Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. They're the best. Parish Construction and Roofing, of course. We'd love to help you out. Roof repairs, roof replacements. The other thing too with Parish, we did find out that LDI, Louisiana Department of Insurance, on the Fortified program, they're opening up a new application window for fortified roofs in September, and they're going to be accepting awarding 300 new grants for Louisiana homeowners. So if you've been thinking about a fortified roof, like, let us help you get ready for that window so you can get your grant approved. Parish Construction and Roofing. Of course, Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Chad Morale, the audio cut out where? Oh, no. Did the audio? Oh, you know what? So did the audio? So I might be learning this on StreamYard. So I pulled up the screenshot like this, and I bet that's what happened. So I bet when I took myself off the screen, I bet it muted. I bet that's what happened. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, no. Okay. Well, guess I'll learn that lesson. Because I didn't want to have the screenshot up like this blocking my face, so I just removed myself. But apparently when I remove myself, you can't hear me. Bummer. Okay, that makes sense. But I still have like levels, and it's not muted on the screen. Like, there's a mute button on the screen. It's not muted, but I guess I'm just not in the screen. So my bad. Apologies. Well, good to know. Learn that lesson. So thanks for that. Okay. Got it. Guy Brooks, good morning, Matt. Happy Friday. When you flying to Vegas? We leave on Thursday evening. Joshua, kudos for not telling the USC guy something when he's about to say USC and LSU were champions in 03. I mean, Joshua, look. So we had Ryan Carchi on from the LA Times yesterday, and we talked about it. We were talking about the parallels to LSU and USC, and he said, you might even remember that they were kind of attached, 20 years ago, and they both shared a national championship. And my contention on that has always been, I don't criticize USC for that, because if the tables were turned and LSU had won the AP national championship, we would absolutely recognize the AP national championship. If the tables were turned, it's not their fault. I blame the cowardly voters of the Associated Press when you have a system in place that awards a champion, and they decide to do something totally different. It's just dumb. Travis, watched Morning Scone last night when I got home, woke up with the Parish jingle in my head. Yes. That's Toby Tomplay, the king of the jingle, the king of the earworm. Here you go, as a matter of fact.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
Okay. It's 7:46. I gotta go. Morning, Matt. I know they obviously won't be on the field against each other, but how does LSU's linebackers look against USC's linebackers? I don't know a ton about SC's linebackers. I talked about this the other day. So the strength of their defense is kind of their remade secondary. But I still have that sheet of paper. I had it here. USC's defense, of their projected starters, 10 of the 11 are transfers, and I think 6 of them are in their first year at USC. So it is a dramatically different looking defense this year for SC. So I really don't know. We'll all find out together. All right, I got to go. Y'all are awesome. Thanks so much for being here. Sincerely. Locked on LSU is live, AFR at 3. Please support our sponsors. The links are in the description of the video on YouTube, and they're tagged on Facebook.